Okay, so by the end of this video, you will learn a number of principles that you can embed into your business to optimize your pricing strategy. Now, this is particularly relevant for online service-based businesses, but I'm sure there are some ideas here that can be adapted for any business. So let's get into it. So principle number one is what we call the decoy anchor. So let's say your product has two tiers or two packages, package A and package B. You want to add a third package, package C, which is wildly more expensive than A and B. And the logic behind that is multifaceted. Number one is because it dramatically reduces the perceived cost of your actual premium package. Number two is that it signals your ability to handle much larger contracts, which signals your operational expertise, which builds trust and authority. Number three is that it provides you with the opportunity to build trust through proactively disqualifying buyers on that package C. So for example, I was on a call a few weeks ago with an online coach, and when we got onto pricing, he very immediately and proactively told me that the most expensive package is not suitable for me. And immediately I felt more reassured. It just helps position you as more kind of consultative rather than a pushy salesman. So that is principle number one, the decoy anchor. So principle number two is the idea that words matter. Language is important. Don't underestimate the importance of it. Don't cheapen your offer with cheap language, right? Like the words that you use to label your packages dictates how the value of those packages are perceived. So most people will go for like a basic and then a core and then a premium package. But basic and even core sounds stripped down. It sounds bare minimum. It sounds basic, right? Even if they're not. And if you're trying to build a high quality business, a high quality service, then you need to ensure that every single component, every detail reflects that. Take Tesla or Apple, for example. They have budget friendly options, but they're never positioned as entry level products. They're just positioned as varying degrees of premium, whether it's the iPhone rather than the iPhone Plus or Pro, or it's the Model S rather than Model Y. There is no part of their language or their voice which suggests that this is a light or a basic option. So that's why in our packages, we employ language like advanced, elite, and enterprise, because we don't tolerate basic. We don't want to give off the perception that we do. It's a subtle psychological shift, but it helps frame your solution as high quality across the board and really helps to build trust with your buyers. And in the online service-based space, our services are often considered interchangeable, commoditized. And so these kind of subtle adjustments can really help position you as a premium service and achieve that higher perceived value. Principle number three is the value calculator. So people really struggle to connect your offer to ROI. So you've got to solve that for them. And one way you can do that is to build a simple ROI calculator. And that's exactly what we did. And it shows your buyers directly how your service affects their metrics. If you can tell them, we're going to target this many leads per month, we're going to generate this many sales calls based on your conversion metrics, you're going to close this many deals. Now your pricing has context and you're simply asking for a portion of the upside. And that's an important lesson in and of itself, that you need to remember your pricing should not be predicated on how long it takes you, what it costs you, what your competitors charge, and everything to do with value-based pricing. Anchor your price based off the outcomes. And finally, principle number four is that high maintenance comes cheap. And this is more of a theoretical principle rather than a practical tactic. And it's the idea that from my experiences, and this has been validated by almost every business owner I've ever spoken to, there is a direct inverse correlation between how much someone pays you and how demanding they are. In other words, your lowest paying clients tend to be the most high maintenance. They ask for the most, they negotiate the hardest, they expect the most, and they churn the fastest the moment something slips up. And so the way to mitigate this and ensure you're only dealing with high value, high quality clients is to just price higher than you think, not just for the margin, but to filter out the pain in the ass clients that drain you and your team. Now, the caveat to this is that if you're early stage, then your priority is getting the reps in, getting the testimonials in, building up your leverage, building up your skill set. And so it makes sense to price more aggressively just to penetrate the market for that reason. But as you grow, you build out your client base, you begin to spin the flywheel and leverage all those compounding advantages, then don't be afraid to price more than you think. It's an important filter. Don't let those limiting beliefs hold you back. So I hope there's some stuff there that you can take away and implement into your pricing strategy. If you check the captions below, I'm going to provide a link to a resource which just contains a breakdown of all our learnings building our online business. Everything from pricing to positioning to all the painful mistakes, which hopefully you can learn from and avoid facing.